Honorable Men Discord, rapper Rick Ross holds grudges, and he's letting it be known on his recent drop, Set in Stone. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So what I have queued up to the side of me is comedian DC Young Fly reacting to Rick Ross's record that's on his album that he just released called Set in Stone. Now, the name of the song is Remarkable Hustle featuring Leon Thomas. You know how I feel about Leon Thomas. Phenomenal artist. But on that track, Rick Ross addressed something that bothered him from old interview that he did with DC Young Fly. Now, that interview was back in December of 2021. All right. DC Young Fly had a podcast. I don't know if he still has this podcast. It's called the 85 South Show. All right. And Rick Ross was a guest. As you can see the photo that I have in my thumbnail, that's what he was wearing at the time of the interview. He just abruptly asked to use the restroom and walked off. But I'm gonna play that video and the videos that led up to this point. So on that song that he just released from the album, the Set in Stone album, I want to tell you exactly what Rick Ross said. I'm not playing the portion of this clip with Young DC Fly when the music's playing because I didn't want it to be, I didn't want to get a copyright strike. So let me just get into that real quick. Let me just pull that up. What exactly Rick Ross had to say to DC Young Fly. All right, he said, "I'm walking off on you goofy ninjas that act funny. All you DC Young Flies can get one time." All right. Now, the reason why I even did this episode is because I immediately, when I heard this, I said, damn, I thought that interview was a long time ago. And again, that interview, and there goes my phone playing it, and I was trying not to play it. I said, man, that was a long time ago, and it was December of 2021. So we're talking 5 years ago. And for some reason, on his new album, he decides to talk about DC Young Fly. I didn't know it was that serious, but I guess it was serious to Ross. And I'm not saying he doesn't have the right to be bothered by however the interaction was between DC Young Fly and his cast, but to write about it on your new album 5 years later, I think it's a little bit much, but that's just my thought. But let me go into DC Young Fly's reaction.
Life sentence, the biggest, a slight menace. A half a billion.
Well, damn, fat boy. Well, damn, fat boy. How you feel? Hey. Ah! Should I wake up? Are they trying to wake me up? Nah, I ain't gonna wake up. Hey, boy. Hey, y'all go get that album, gang. Go get that album, gang. Go get that album.
Up and blasphemy. I need security.
And of course, I continue to play the record when I wasn't trying to play the record. So anyway, this is the clip from when Rick Ross got up and just abruptly left without the cast even knowing he was planning to leave for good.
Let me use the restroom one time and I'm gonna take this jacket off.
Right. Yeah, we good.
Man, you tired? Yeah. Yeah, dip. That's how you dip. Yeah, no, that's funny here. We ain't get no dap. We really got turned up. We like, you about to come back? I'm gonna bring that shit up next time we speak. When I see him. Man, why the fuck you just me like that? Say bye, my nigga. Like, you say bye.
I'll tell you one thing. From now on, that's how the fuck I'm leaving.
I'm gonna be straight up honest. If that was me, I would have did the same thing Ross did. I don't like goofy. I don't like when people act goofy because for me, I don't like anything where it's borderline. I don't know if you're playing in my face. especially if I don't know you like that. And allegedly, Ross said that, well, not allegedly, said himself that he went there and appeared on their podcast for free. And Ross is a grown ass man. DC Young Fly is a grown ass man, but he's younger than Ross. And Ross probably just doesn't care for, goofy behavior. Now, DC Young Fly to me is funny, but again, if you're in a room, you're giving someone an opportunity to get some good content, and you feel as though they're playing in your face. I get it. I get why he walked off. Now, to each his own. Some people might say, "Oh, that's wrong. You could have told him. You could have had him stop the recording and told him you're not liking how this is going. You could have warned them." Listen, you could do what you want as a grown man. At the end of the day, if he wasn't feeling the interview, he can do what he wants. That's not the first time people have gotten up from an interview. We've seen that on like major networks where people have gotten up from interviews that they felt uncomfortable with. So it is what it is, in my opinion. But this is what I believe led to Ross not liking Mal from the Rory and Mal podcast, because DC Young Fly went over to their podcast and shared his thoughts on what Ross did. So it all comes together. And this is probably why Ross decided to speak on it on his recent release.
You know how I feeling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say first of all, I don't give a
Yeah, I get it.
but I give a because
Try to
I
make it
with
bad.
you as a person.
Yeah.
We the type of people that will never bring up nothing that we feel like that can be diminished to your career or anything. We some real.
Yeah.
The moment you leave our show, you went and did a podcast, a white podcast. You sat your ass right there for almost 2 hours
And didn't leave.
and you talked. And the white folk asked you, was you a correctional officer?
Yeah.
We would have never asked you no like that.
Right.
We got respect for you.
Right.
And you sat right there and you answered that question so eloquently, like it wasn't even disrespectful. And then I get to sit back and watch that like, damn, what's the difference between them and us?
Okay.
Now I feel disrespect.
10 minutes later.
Listen, man, I came to your podcast. I came for free, homie, no charge. I did it on Face, homie. I didn't ask you what your analytics was and this and that. I came on Face, homie, to show love. And don't make it like I walked off on you. I left early. Rose had some other things to do too. But guess what? I came for free, nigga. I wasted that nice ass Gucci jacket on that look, man. I couldn't even really wear my Gucci jacket again. But my nigga, I did it for love. And next time I come for free, at least have me some lemon pepper Wingstop at that bitch. You heard me? But I came for free. I ain't charge you. You feel me? Don't talk about Rose other business. I came and did that for free. And what is the analytics? How the show doing anyway, man? I'll come back on it, and when I'm gonna walk off that bitch the next time, and it's
Whether you like it or not, you
All right, so this is and again, those reactions and everything, those are old clips from years ago, but I just wanted to play it for context so you understand what led up to Ross speaking about DC Young Fly here on his new release, Set in Stone, with the song again featuring Leon Thomas, okay, called Remarkable Hustle. But this was DC Young Fly's response to Rick Ross and what he said when he was in the pool.
big homie. First of all, you know it love. Second of all, I got to call a spade when it's a spade. You say you did it for free. Everybody do it for free, Ross. You ain't the only nigga. Boosie did it for free. T.I. do it for free. Nigga Busta Rhymes did it for free. Nigga Snoop Dogg did it for free. Everybody who sat on that couch do it for free. Now, that wasn't the biggest moment. Now, that's one of the viral moments, but Boosie episode 8 million. Got Country Wayne shit like 6-7 million. Like, we do numbers. We do analytics. Our analytics We was the biggest before you came, and we was the biggest afterwards. So you always got room to come back to be on the biggest podcast in the world, correct? You dig what I'm saying? But when you call a spade, it get hot. And where you gotta go to cool off? I'm going to talk to my little homie DC in the pool because it's hot. I got to get in the pool because it's too hot outside. And August 2nd, y'all make sure y'all go to his pool party. Because I'm not going to be there. But you said I was going to be there, Ross. But that's false advertising. I didn't say give me a check. But get the free promo, nigga, because we family. Push up to his pool party. Y'all push up because I'm going to be in Philadelphia telling these jokes. But everybody can get some money. Push up to the pool party. But Ross, don't do that. And the jacket, nigga. You wore the jacket for no reason. Well, let me buy that motherfucking Gucci jacket up off you then. So I can tell my son, I bought this from a nigga who left. He said that he wore it for no reason. It was a waste. So since we didn't pay you, I'm going to pay you for the Gucci jacket. Because if I give you some money, I'm going to want something. Give me that jacket. Since you want some money. But you know we love you, nigga. Push up again. And you said something about the wings. Make sure we had the wings. If your ass would have stayed, you would have knew we had 200 of them goddamn Wingstop. They was in the back. You remember when you went to the back, the bathroom, you just left? It was 200 Wingstop wing. As a matter of fact, lemon pepper. We knew you were gonna fuck with it, but you didn't eat it. And we respect when niggas got shit to do, bro. Just tell us as soon as you come in, hey, little homies, I got an hour. We gonna try to get you in. Man, we gonna try to get you in about 45 minutes so you can make it to your next destination. Don't pull up and like you doing us a favor and then just leave her without saying something. Just say something so we can know what's going on, gang. We ain't tripping. But push back up. Your team, we called your team. We called the person who we called when you was on the way. Guess what they said? We don't know where he going. So Ross, get out the pool and give me a call. So we can get it together. I love you, big homie. We are every day I'm hustling. Ross.
Listen, DC is hilarious. And listen, I think it's a misunderstanding. I think it's a disconnect. I don't think whatever they were doing during that interview that provoked Ross and made him decide to leave. I don't think it was intentional. I just think they were just being themselves, and he took it the wrong way. But it's clear that he took it to heart because, again, 5 years later, he's talking about it on his recent release, Set in Stone. But by the way, what's your thoughts on the Set in Stone album? If you're a Rick Ross fan and you're watching this episode, what's your thoughts on that album? It has, let me see, it has 19 tracks. I'm a Rick Ross fan. I like his music. But I would say it's better than the last album. The album previous to this one. I would say it's better than that album, which was Richer Than I Ever Been. But I expected more out of it. But you know what? At the end of the day, when you have that much body of work out there, your music is gonna it's bound to either just fizzle out or just or decline, you know. And this album is alright. I've been listening to it. There's a couple tracks. I really do think that some of these albums that are well over 15 tracks, I think if they were to be condensed, it would be much better. So I think this album, had it just been like maybe 12 songs, it could have been a solid album. But because I think there's a lot of songs on there that could have been taken off. That's just my thoughts on it. I don't know how those of you watching this episode feel about it, but I'm not going to say this was his best work. I like the artwork on it. I do like the artwork, but it's not one of his better works. I think for me, A Mastermind was probably one of his best albums, along with Teflon Don. Deeper Than Rap was solid. Triller, I'd have to go back and listen to Triller. I can't even speak on that. But my favorite Ross album. Oh, by the way, yeah. Rather You Than Me was solid. That was definitely solid. But I want to say my favorite Rick Ross album from top to bottom would have to be Mastermind. It would have to be Mastermind. Although Teflon Don is there too. Teflon Don is there too. And Teflon Don was the amount of songs that I just suggested. It was 12 records. Whereas I kind of contradict myself by saying Mastermind. Mastermind had a deluxe edition that went up to 19 songs. But yet, all 19 was solid. Was pretty much solid. Mastermind may be my favorite Rick Ross album. It's a toss between that and Teflon Don. But what's your thoughts on Set in Stone? What's your thoughts on Rick Ross holding that grudge? Addressing a comedian in DC Young Fly. I mean, I don't think he meant it like that. I think that could have been an easy conversation over the phone, and he could have possibly moved on from it. But again, he's his own man. He has to explain why he's that upset by that interview. I don't have the full interview to play, like I mentioned earlier, so I really don't know what transpired that he didn't like. But listen, as always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And as always, stay honorable.